What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, well, I have a question for you. And the question is, would you like to see some new Digimon option cards? And if the answer to that is no, why would you click a video, the thumbnail of which is basically just big pictures of Digimon option cards? That doesn't seem very sensible, but assuming you didn't click it by mistake, let's take a look at some lovely new red option cards. The first couple we're going to look at were revealed on the official Twitter this morning, and our translation comes from the lovely Ensan Gaming, who, and honestly, they've been helping us out a lot lately, and I, for one, am pretty gosh darn happy about it. Thanks, guys. So, what have we got? Well, first of all, we have got Brahmastra, a one-cost red option card that says, during this turn, choose one of your hybrid Digimon. Remember, those are the Digimon that can Digivolve from Tamers. And they gain 3,000 power. And they gain security attack +1. And they gain, if this attack is blocked, gain 3 memory. That is a lot, ladies and gentlemen. That is quite a lot in one card. And remember, I just told you, this is for one memory. One memory. And you get 3,000 power, an extra security attack, and if it's blocked, you gain 3 memory. Now, let's actually just stop there for a second, because that is a phenomenal combo. Because, of course, if you give your Digimon security attack +1, what that's going to basically do to your opponent is put them in a situation where they go, I'm not giving you an extra security attack. I'm not letting you take out 2 security cards. I'm going to block you. Cool. Well, firstly, I've got 3,000 more power, so it is significantly less likely that your blocker is actually going to block me. Oh, and secondly, if you block me, I get 3 memory, which essentially means I have played a one-cost card, and I am 2 memory up from where I was before. It is the equivalent of hitting a Hammer Spark as a security card, where you gain an extra 2 memory. Yeah. This is phenomenal! If you're playing a red Digimon deck with hybrid Digimon, I do not see why you wouldn't play this card. Now, if you're not playing hybrid Digimon, this card is absolute pure and utter garbage, don't even consider it. But if you're playing hybrid Digimon, what's the downside? Either you have a 3,000 power extra Digimon trying to take out 2 security cards, or you play a one-cost card to gain 3 memory. And not for nothing, but your opponent has then blocked you, which means their blocker is now suspended, which means you can destroy their blocker with one of your Digimon if they weren't destroyed anyway, which they might well have been because you've got an extra 3,000 power. Oh, I like this card, ladies and gentlemen. I like this card a lot. Now, if you're wondering about red hybrid cards, remember we've not seen a huge amount of the set yet. More will be revealed over the coming weeks. But we've seen Agumon here, and we have seen Vritramon, and they are both just hybrid Digimon that will work nicely with it. Now, Agumon is 5,000 power, so after playing this, you're 8,000 power with an extra security attack. It's fine. But even though we're talking more expensive, 1 more to play and 1 more to evolve, even though they're the same level, this is so good with Vritramon. Because remember, as well as just being a hybrid Digimon, Vritramon also gets an extra 3,000 power on your turn. So it turns into a 9,000 power Digimon. And then you play this card and you've got a 12,000 power Digimon. The majority of level 6 Digimon are 11,000 power. Few of them are 12,000 or above. A few of them are, but very few of them are. And most of them don't have blocker. Like, you could talk War Greymon here. War Greymon, great card, 11,000 power blocker. If War Greymon blocked this, the level 6 War Greymon with Reboot would go down, a great card you don't want to lose, and you'd give your opponent 3 memory, 2 more than they used to play the card, and this card would survive. Okay, and I've actually told you the security skill here. The security skill is awesome. It gives all of your Digimon security attack +1 until the end of your next turn. And I'm going to be honest with you here, that could be a game-ending play. If you've got 3 or 4 Digimon out and they're all getting +1 security attack, your opponent probably can't block them all, and you are going to wreck your opponent's security. Now, Trident Revolver is the other one revealed on the YouTube reveals, no, Twitter reveals this morning, and I don't like it as much, but come on, you just heard what I said and how I said it. I'm not gonna like any card as much right now. What you do for 6 cost, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 power or less, and then play a Tamer card from your hand that costs 4 memory or less without paying its cost. Incidentally, that is some future-proofing. As it stands at the moment, there is no such thing as a red Tamer that costs more than 4 memory, but card designers put this in to make sure that in the future, if there is, for whatever reason, like an 8-cost red Tamer, you can't use that to completely wreck the game. And the most expensive red Tamer we've got here is Tai Kamiya. And that, if you got 2 memory or less, it goes to free at the beginning of your turn. And it gives all your Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards security attack +1. So, lots of extra security attack, but that is kind of what red does. But bearing in mind, you're already gaining 4 memory back from this 6-cost card by playing a 4-cost Tamer. You're then gaining more memory playing the Tamer, and this card kind of ends up being free. Like, before too long, this literally just turns into a free card. Which, again, strikes me as kind of ridiculous. But in a good way. And you get to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 power or less. The problem is here, I don't know if this is what I'm looking for in a 6-cost option card. Because 6 memory is quite a lot. A lot, you know, there's a hard cap of 10 memory. So, honestly, there's going to be quite a few games where playing a 6-cost option card is going to end you the turn. Now, having a Tamer out and destroying a key Digimon before it evolves up, clearly if you can do both of them, under perfect circumstances, this is an awesome card. But that's under perfect circumstances. There are going to be times you don't have a Tamer in hand, and if you don't have a Tamer in hand, you can't really play this card, it's too awkward. Or you don't want to play a 4-cost Tamer, and again, that means we're getting kind of awkward. And then sometimes there'll be a 6,000 or less Digimon, and you look at it and you go, I need to take that down right now, hey, I've got the perfect card, yay! And there are going to be other times where you don't, and this is my problem here. This is a very situational 6-cost card, and I don't know if I'm into it for 6 memory. I think we can maybe do better. I mean, Giga Destroyer lets you delete 2 Digimon with 4,000 power or less, and sure, you don't play a Tamer for free, but you at least get to take out 2 Digimon, and if played at the right time, that can completely wreck your opponent's setup. Gaia Force is an 8-cost, that's 2 more memory, and Gaia Force is, I will get rid of literally anything. Oh, what's that? But my opponent's got a 15,000 power Omnimon? Yeah, I can get rid of that. I don't think I want to pay 6 memory for this, and I'm sorry if that upsets anybody. But there was one other option card that was gone and revealed in a YouTube video recently, and it would be rude if we didn't take a little bit of a look at that as well. What we've got is a free cost option card, and our translation here is from digimoncard.dev, and it is apparently called The One Who Inherited the Power of Dragons. So a nice snappy title. And what it does, for free memory, which is not terrible, cheap enough, you draw 2 cards, and if you've got a Digimon that has either Greymon or Dramon in its name, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 power or less. As a security card, it does the same thing, and I forgot to mention the previous card did the same thing as a security card. That's why we didn't get too into it. But this one I am into, because drawing cards is huge. Drawing cards is great. Drawing cards, frankly, is something that's a lot easier to do in other card games. The example I use a lot is the Gabumon that for free memory lets you draw a card. And then you got a 1,000 power Digimon. Now, to be fair, that 1,000 power Digimon can then Digivolve up, or it can attack and take out a security card and be deleted. There are good reasons to have this out. But you draw 1 card for free memory. This is 2, and you get to delete a Digimon with 4,000 power or less. And okay, fine, that's basically just level 3s and the odd level 4, but I'm still into it. That still makes me very happy. The thing I love about this is even though you're paying the free memory, you are essentially trading resources. You are trading memory for cards. And cards can help. Because bearing in mind you Digivolve up, sometimes it'll be free and hey look, now I'm drawing more cards. This is potentially the beginning of an actual draw engine, something we don't get much in Digimon. And I know it's free memory, but you're drawing 2 cards and you're deleting a Digimon. And again, if you can play this right, if you can time it right, you can take out a Digimon that was going to Digivolve up and start wreaking havoc. Or just annoy your opponent, that's fine too. I really like this card. And I do need to point out here, now remember that red cards, red option cards, can only be played if you've got a red Tamer or a red Digimon on the field. But there are plenty of other colours that can play this. Yellow decks love Shine Greymon. That can play this. I showed you Dark Dramon from this set the other day that I've been pretty effusive in my praise of. That could play this. So make no mistake about it, this is a red option card and you need some red on the field in order to play it. No one's saying you don't. But the fact of the matter is, this is not just for red decks. There are plenty of others here that, if you can play a bit of a hybrid deck, could absolutely go a little bit awesome nuts here. And I love it. So there we go. 3 new option cards. 1 of which I'm not really that in love with. 2 of which I really am. And yeah, fun to be had. Or is there? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about all of this. Either way, there's a comment section, so I'd love to hear from you lovely ladies and gentlemen. So go nuts, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy. That's where we talk Digimon and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.